You're never going to make money in the stock market if you're looking at the wrong stocks. There's more than 10,000 publicly traded stocks across the major exchanges and those that trade OTC. But at any given time, I'm only looking at 50 or 60 of them. I maintain a high conviction watch list of the top institutional favorite best performing stocks, and those are the only ones I'm looking for high quality places to buy and sell them. So how do you do that? How do you build a watch list? Well, I'm about to show you. I'm going to walk you step by step through how I build a high conviction stock watch list. So I'm going to be doing this here in TradingView. This is my preferred charting software, but you can use this same technique and build a watch list in any platform or charting software you want. Now, what you're seeing here, the boxes in blue and green are something I had coded up called the industry strength indicator. There's nothing complex about it. All it does is scan a little over 40 different exchange-traded funds. So if you're not familiar, ETFs are just baskets of stock. The semiconductors ETF owns NVIDIA, AMD, all the big semiconductor stocks, etc. And so what it's doing is looking at the top performers over the last 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, and 6 month periods. And what you'll find in the market is that every single bull market has a theme to it. And within that theme are the top leading stocks, the big winners. So back in the late 90s, the dot-com bubble, that was the theme, the internet, .com. So the big winners were Yahoo, Cisco, etc. From 2009 to 2020, it was the big tech theme, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Those were the big leaders. After the COVID crash, the 2-year bull market that went up till Jan 2022, the theme was work from home. Zoom, Peloton, Teldoc, stocks that benefited from that theme of people being forced to stay and work at home. And of course, over the last 2 years, the big theme has been artificial intelligence, where NVIDIA, Supermicro computers, C3 AI were the big winners. But you don't have to wait until the bull market is over to go back and look at where they are. The fact is, the leading stocks, the leading groups will show that strength, will begin to outperform very early in a new bull market. Now, right now, the time of this recording, it is July 16th, 2025. We are roughly 2 months into a new bull market after the tariff situation earlier this year. And so what this is doing, all we're trying to do is find the areas, find the groups that are consistently outperforming. That means they're being bought the heaviest, big institutions are driving into them, pushing those prices higher. So we can see very easily doing this that there's crypto showing up on a lot of the lists, crypto and digital payments. There's nuclear being a top performing area over the 2, 3, 6 month areas. The mining and metals group continuously showing up in these lists. But if you don't have this, you can still make this yourself. Now, pretty simply, what I'm going to do is just a basic line chart. This is the S&P 500. And I've got a list of exchange-traded funds that represent all the major areas of the market. I'm going to put all these ticker symbols in the description below this video. But DBA is agriculture stocks. KBE is banking stocks, biotech, cloud computing, etc. And all I'm going to do is add all these to the chart. Now, it's going to be a bit of a mess, but I'm just going to hit plus here. And so the first one is aerospace and defense, ITA, hit enter. Next one, agriculture, DBA, hit enter. BOTZ, jets, this is the banking, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just going to add all these, and when I do, it's going to give me a chart that looks like this. Now, it's a jumbled mess, right? And by the way, if you do this and yours looks like this, you need to go over here on the right click and decheck the scaled price chart only. But this is all those ETFs, these exchange-traded funds, 40 plus of them. And again, we just want to know which ones are the strongest. So I'll look at it over a few time periods. If you look down here in the bottom right, I can look at the last 1 month. And then really quickly see what those were. BLOK, that's the cryptocurrency and blockchain ETF. Jets, that's airlines. This one here, XME, I believe that's mining. Let's make sure. Mining and metals, yep, etc. And so I do this and just jot down the top 4 or 5 groups. I would then go over to the 3-month period and do the same thing. URS uranium, so nuclear stocks, blockchain and crypto again, semiconductor stocks. This here is solar stocks. I then look at it over 6 months. Again, uranium, nuclear. Again, crypto, digital mining, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So you're just going to jot down on a piece of paper those 4, 5, 6 top groups over 1, 2, 3, and 6 months. Or you can do 1, 3 months, 6 months, and a year. It doesn't really matter. But you're just going to have a big scratch piece of paper and just look for the ones that appear the most. Really that simple. Because a leading group in the market, a leading area, should be consistently outperforming the rest. You know, if you go back, NVIDIA was the big winner of 2023 and 2024, right? NVIDIA was leading that market way, way early. And if you'd spotted it and had it on a watch list by January, February, March 2023, you still could have doubled, triple, quadrupled your money on it. So in this case, we're going to look at crypto, mining and metals, nuclear, uranium, semiconductors, the things that pop up the most, right? Okay, so you've got these groups. That's half the work. All you need to do now is find the top stocks in each of those. And the best way to do that is use a very sophisticated tool that I like to call Google. All right? Nothing complex about this. So one of those big ones, the big performing area was BLOK. It's the ETF that has, you know, crypto, digital money. And so all you're going to search is BLOK holdings. Now, every exchange-traded fund is required to post their holdings. They're updated quarterly by weight, and it'll usually be the first or second result. I'm just going to click on that. And here's their holdings. Now, usually, these are listed in terms of weight. So you see over here the right side, see Coinbase is 5.75% of this, Robinhood is 5.73%, et cetera, declining. Now, some of these, like if the ticker symbol is something weird, that's a Japanese stock, they could be foreign. But all you want to look at is the top 5, 6, 7 stocks here. So I'd take Coinbase, COIN, Hood, MicroStrategy, Core Scientific, Galaxy, Cipher Mining. That's what I'd take out of this one. All right? So all you do to build a watch list in TradingView is if it's not selected, you'll hit this little watch list details ribbon in the top right. Hit the drop down and just hit Create New List. And we're just going to call this one Stock Watch List. And then from there, you're just going to add these ticker symbols. So, again, here's the holdings from that. So just one at a time, Coin, Hood, MicroStrategy, etc. Coin plus Hood plus MSTR, enter. The other ones. Core, Galaxy, Cipher. And on down the line. So, again, starting at the beginning, we're going to chart all the sectors, look at the 1 month, what's performing the best over the last 1 month. 3 months, which 4 or 5 areas are performing best over the last 3 months. 6 months, what's been performing the best. 1 year, what's been performing the best. And you'll get a list that looks like this. And so all you're going to do is just circle the best performing ones. So crypto and digital payments, nuclear, mining and metals, semiconductors was showing up on a couple of all three of the 4. And so you're going to follow that same process we just did. So for the mining and metals, for the nuclear one, the ticker is URA. So URA Holdings. Whoops, there it is, URA. And again, they're required to have this. So right here at the top, you see where my mouse is. Just click on Holdings and Characteristics. And once again, gives you the top names they own by weight. So if you go over here on the left side, you see 24% of this ETF is in Cameco. This is spot physical uraniums. You can't use that, but SMR, that's a good one. OKLO, Nexen Energy, that's Canadian, so I'm looking at LEU. There's a nice American stock. UEC. So again, just like before, we're just going to add these to our watch list. CCJ, whoops. There's Cameco, SMR, OKLO, LEU, UEC, etc. And so once you do this, once you've got the top 3, 4, 5 groups over all these periods, you've highlighted the ones that are leading, you've done this basic Google exercise to find the top 5, 6 holdings in each of those, you're going to have a very powerful watch list. That watch list is probably going to have somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 50 stocks on it, and that's the only ones I'd focus on. Now, I like to do this exercise, or at least review the leading groups, once every couple of weeks or once a month, and you don't have to rebuild your watch list, but you're going to know these big areas. You're going to know it's nuclear, crypto, mining, etc. And so if you come back and say, that's interesting, electric vehicles has popped up here on the 1 month. And then a month later, now it's on the 1 month and the 2 month. And now it's on the 1 and the 2 and the 3. Well, okay, that's clearly an area showing strength. So I'm going to go over to the same process. EV, core, ETF, holdings, find the top 4 or 5 stocks, which you probably know already. Of course, it's going to be Tesla and Rivian and a handful of others. And then just add them to that watch list. But as we do this, look at the kind of stocks we're finding. Coinbase, which is surging. Robinhood can't find a price too high. MicroStrategy is booming alongside Bitcoin. Core Scientific is more than a double since April. GLXY actually looks like it's setting up in a really nice breakout pattern here, where the stock is pulling up, coming in, beginning to tighten. CIFR, big move, and then tightening, consolidating, looking for a breakout higher. Cameco, which had a clear breakout back in here, but is still showing tons of strength. SMR, OKLO, LEU, all top leading stocks. Now, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down there in the corner. That way you won't miss another video and you'll get them in your feed as soon as I publish them. But this is my process for building a watch list. It takes what can be a very daunting task, looking at 5,000, 10,000 stocks, and whittles it down to a potent list of 30, 40, or 50 names. These are the top performers in the top groups in a strong market, and I guarantee you, if you do this, if you will focus only on these few dozen stocks, I guarantee you, you will see better results.